Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the... Hi, everybody. I'm here with my daughter.
Hi.
So read the thing. Read it.
Hi, everybody. This is my dad's first video episode, so please check that out on YouTube. Thank you, Atomic Climbing Holds, for providing a $100 gift card to give away.
Woo!
Go to our Facebook page and like the post that we linked them in for your chance to win. Back to the show.
Awesome. Armchair Ninja Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Friday, April 7th, 2017. My name is Rich, and joining me for our first video podcast and our 100th episode is Bijan. How you making out?
What up? I'm excited. Let's do this, guys. By the way, hi. Hi, everybody. Rich has got the bearded big guy, and I'm the skinny black dude. What's up?
Yeah, in case you can't tell us apart, I know we're virtually twins here, but
I know.
Yeah.
That's the beard, bro. Beard twins.
It's kind of cool, though, because we don't normally see each other, right? We're usually audio-only conversations, so this is kind of the first time we've had a video call ourselves.
I like it. I can see your face. We can react. I like this.
Yeah.
Hopefully the fans
cool.
like it, too. What's up, guys?
Yeah, so this is going to be a celebration of the 100 episodes. Thank you all for staying with us through all of it. Thoroughly enjoying doing it, obviously. So we've got some video submissions. We also, because we've only ever interacted online, Bijan and I have the unique situation that when we met, my audio recorder was running. So we actually have our very first conversation completely recorded.
This is going to be a hot mess.
I
really am dreading listening to this.
So to set that up, and that's what we're going to do first, we're going to go through some clips of that audio, and we'll talk about what is it. So to set the stage, this is during Vegas finals, ANW7, just before Jeff and Isaac make history. We're just discussing. So Bijan hit me up online. He had listened to the first few episodes where I was kind of starting on my own, and said, man, you need a co-host bad.
Dude was ranting just like, so this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. I'm like, bro, you need to bounce off people. But hey, it worked out, right?
It did totally work out. And you were totally right. And when I listen back, it's like, oh, that's not good. So if you're thinking, to kind of rewind back and listen to our first episode, don't do that. Don't do that.
Or do, because it's quite hilarious. It is amazing in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. So let's get into it here. It's kind of funny. I expected a few more predictions from us that would have been funny, but there are some weird things that we say, not knowing what was about to happen. So
I dread this. Let's just get it over with.
Let's get into it here. So let's listen to the very first one here. What do we got?
First words.
Hey, Rich, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
How's it going, man?
Good. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Bijan?
Exactly.
So that was me instantly like, okay, I got to know how to say his name right off the bat.
Well, I think that's a question that a lot of people have for me. How do you say your name? Because I'm sure a lot of our listeners are aware I pronounce my name both Bijan and Bijan. And I get that question quite a bit. I'm like, what's your name, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because the first time you said Bijan, I was horrified. And I started asking, it was right after the episode. I was like, dude, has your name been Bijan this whole time? And I've been saying it wrong.
Nah. So the correct answer is both are my name. The American way to say my name is Bijan. The Persian way to say my name is Bijan. And it's weird. My family calls me Bijan, and pretty much everybody else in the world calls me Bijan. So my philosophy of it is I don't care. Call me whatever you want of the two. So there's the answer, guys. Sorry, we fluctuate, or at least I fluctuate back and forth between the two.
Question answered. Now, this next one I had to include. This cracked me up. So this is going to sound a little familiar to anyone that listened to our Sasuke episode. The second clip involves our good friend Drew Dreschel. So
Oh boy.
Play it.
Yeah, Drew. So to the show, yeah, Drew. What the hell? I was like looking forward to his run
Right?
all friggin' year, and they pull that.
Yeah. I mean, like most people, it's like cool, you know, if they got him or whatever. But Drew Drechsel, he's like huge because he represents America like throughout, I think, like 4 different, Ninja Warrior courses throughout the world. You know, he's like an icon for a lot of underground people. So that's kind of like weird, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, because he runs in Japan, doesn't he?
Yeah, he ran in Japan. And he's like the sole
Japan.
American representative in Japan. Every year he goes to stage 3 in Japan. He's like a huge celebrity over there.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you were like educating me right off the bat about, and right after that I was like, so is it pronounced Sasuke? How do you pronounce that?
You didn't know how to say Sasuke. Shame on you, bro. Shame. Wow.
But yeah,
but
that's the thing
I'll
is
tell ya.
everybody has to keep in mind that this wasn't us recording an episode. This is just us having a conversation, and
true.
the whole
Yeah.
thing eerily feels like a regular podcast episode when you listen back.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, very comfortable, very right off the bat, right, bro? So
Yeah, 100%.
that was
really
chill.
cool.
Like, that's the good thing is that we got good chemistry and everything. To the point where everybody's shocked we've never met. We still have never met.
Yeah, still haven't. The next one was what I was really looking forward to.
Oh,
So
boy.
the predictions for that year. So what do you think? Do you think we nailed it? Do you think we were on the mark?
At that point, I was like, who's Jeff Britton? What's this guy? Didn't he fail last year or whoever? Then Isaac Caldiero, that guy never makes it past stage 2. Oh, I just dread what I'm about to say. This.
Okay, so let's play it now.
Who do you think's best to win it right now?
Right now, man, I tend to use how the show goes, like the production of it, to kind of guide I'm thinking it's either Brent or it's Isaac, just from the amount of focus they've had and just the
Wow.
Isaac's interesting.
Look at
because
you.
he's never like fully impressed me, but his
Killed it.
accolades outside of American Ninja Warrior, it's like, how is this guy not gonna do it? You know, like, everything, all of his accolades show like he's got to do it, right?
So there, you nailed it too. You really jumped right on board. You're like, yeah, Isaac's got everything
Wow.
he needs to do it.
I wasn't expecting us to be so high up on Isaac. I was like, oh man, I'm going to see something stupid. Okay. So far, so good, bro. Yeah. So let's take a break very quick. And like at this point, we had our first conversations and we're getting in the groove of everything. How'd you feel the first time, we had, after our first conversation and, you guiding, because you're like, Rich, you're kind of the key to this whole thing. Me, I'm just a dude that like adds to the podcast, but for everybody at home, Rich edits these things. He really cares about the audio syncing. He contacts all the ninjas and everything like that. How did you feel going into this? Like, did you see us going to this extent and level?
I wasn't sure because when I started the podcast, I didn't want to co-host. I definitely 100% did not want to co-host. And I resisted it for, I don't know, 7, 8 episodes. But when the third person told me you need a co-host, I thought, okay, I'd be stupid to not listen to them. Like, it's obvious I do need one. But I was
Were you
nervous
scared
because...
to like talk to somebody or what?
No.
Human interaction, terrifying.
No. Scheduling, like, oh my God, like scheduling, and because my schedule is so messed up, I thought I'm not going to find anybody that's going to want to stay up that late to record. So I just had to find somebody in the West Coast. That worked out perfectly.
Yeah, good point, man. Because my schedule's kind of messed up too, but it works out that we're both like, at least me, I'm a night bird, so, or a night owl, so it works out.
Yeah, so as far as that went, that was cool. And I was really, to be honest, a little nervous about giving up some control. I'm a little bit of a control freak when it comes to the podcast. So I want
It's
to
a
make
good
sure
thing
that
I'm pretty
everything's-
easygoing then, huh?
Yeah, it works. It couldn't mesh better, right? You're like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to record, I'm going to add all of the personality to the podcast, and then and then all
me.
you got to, then I can control everything else. It's great.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So what did you think? So you had listened in. You're like, okay, this dude's kind of boring. Wait, so what did you think on our first conversation?
Well, be honest with you, that was the first thought. No offense, Rich, but I was like, this dude's boring. But
Yeah.
I was like, hey, this has potential, right? It's got potential to be a really good podcast. This guy is very passionate, you could tell. And he actually knows stuff about audio and podcasting. And I came from a podcasting background and a radio background before. I was a journalism major for many years, guys. So I was high up on what it could be, but I was like, this needs some personality. And it's weird. A lot of people, when they meet me in real life, they're like, you're a really chill dude. You're not what you come off as on the podcast. But it's like, I need to get crazy, right, for this podcast. Like, we need to mesh out. And it works. You're the straight man to my color man, right? So that's a wrestling reference for everybody. So,
Right.
yeah, it worked out, and I was very high up on you when I first started to talk to you, and you got more and more open. I think you needed somebody to talk to you and have that back and forth for both of us to kind of to open up. And it's weird when you listen back to our first podcast, we're still a little like stunted and jilted, right? Because we're both like, how do we do this? We're still finding our footing, but grew, man, got more comfortable, worked out.
Yeah, it just became more of a conversation because the first episodes weren't. It was just, I'll talk for 2 minutes, then you talk for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But you learn over time, just making a conversation. And it's been really fun to do that and to learn that. And it's still something we're learning, right? We're still trying to get better, still trying to figure everything out. I had no podcasting experience. I had no idea what I was doing. I only listened to 1 or 2 podcasts even when I started. So I didn't even know what to talk about. And it was the weirdest thing to start this thing and just hit record and go, I'm going to send this out to the world and I'm going to be judged. And I just hope somebody listens. And you did. And I really appreciate that every single week. I watch those numbers, and every single one. If it's 6 people on a day, that's 6 people that listen. That's awesome.
Well, that said, we get more people than 6 people a day.
Yes, we most definitely do. But in the early days, we didn't.
It's
That's
like,
the thing. In the
I'm
first
sure
month,
listeners are like, what?
you only get 6 people.
We
No.
get quite a few more than that. But
We're doing
I feel
okay.
ya.
We're doing okay. But in the beginning, I was literally watching it, and when I saw 3 people had downloaded, I was excited, and then I realized one of them was me. Right, so it was that
poor
level
Rich.
in the first month. It's really a weird thing.
Hey, everything's a growth, and I feel like a lot of people over the past year or so have been growing more and more, actually over a year at this point, but podcast has definitely bloomed a lot, and the last taping I went to and a lot of the local competitions, I mean, man, not even ours, but just generally, just the sport itself has grown so much. I'm really proud of that. Even the other podcasts that are out there, shout out to the Wolfpack and Final Stage, big growth, and I know Rich has... Is it Rich has a podcast? Rob has a podcast. They're doing their own thing too during the show, and I welcome everybody. It's love and growth for the entire sport, and I'm just glad everybody can experience it with us. It's awesome.
Yeah, and ANW Nation's been great for kind of consolidating all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to
ANW
Nikki.
Nation's great.
That's been a really great addition. It doesn't feel like there is an off season anymore, right? We felt like we had to try to stretch it out the first year.
Mm-hmm.
But now it just seems like it's always Ninja time.
Exactly.
So let's take a look at this next clip here. We've got
More
I called it
predictions.
Ninjas Beating the Impossible. I don't even remember what this one's about.
Like the fact that they can just solve anything thrown in the Cannonball Alley last year was probably one of the most exciting things I've ever seen. Is when Kevin Bull flips upside down on that.
That was crazy.
But look at them this year. I mean, they're still screwing people up, but how many people now have the trick of it and are doing it?
Yeah, that's one good thing about it, is that you see all these obstacles and they look almost impossible. But then you see these athletes look at it, reassess it, and then come back and kill it the next time. Silk Slider was one that killed off like so many people last year.
Yeah.
And this year they know how to handle it and they've got it. Anything that, like the Cannonball Alley is another example. If it stops a lot of people one year, they have a full year to train for it and kill it the next year. And that's what I really like. And that's why I also appreciate them always switching up the course, which is very important.
It's funny. My opinion doesn't change much. I completely agree with that. Oh yeah, you got some good points. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that guy
Guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, it is
hilarious.
one of the things that's united us along the way is that we love watching the ninjas complete these things that look impossible, and from season to season they just keep raising the bar, and you keep thinking that there's no way that anybody can do something, and then we see them do it. And especially when you look at like the skills challenge, who would have thought that some of that stuff was even possible? But they do it.
Still, that's some superhuman stuff when I see some of that.
Yeah, Guinness. I don't know if you've noticed that, but Guinness World Records actually reached out to Drew and Najee to see if they wanted to go for a world record.
I sure hope they're going for it.
Yeah, they sounded like they were on board, so we'll see if that happens. That's
awesome.
very, very cool.
Do you know
and
which
you know
world
what it's for,
record
of course,
is?
the flying shelf grab, right?
Oh, flying shelf. Okay, that's I was figuring, but like, all right.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't say what it was. Yeah, flying shelf grab. Obviously, they did such an amazing job that Guinness is reaching out to them.
That's dope. I'm really happy for Najee with that. I mean, Drew obviously is big and everything, but Najee's still like a kind of a newcomer to the sport, and it's really cool to see his growth like explode like that. Obviously, he's got a lot of potential, and yeah, I'm happy for the guy. And of course, Drew, because he's getting the respect he deserves in many ways.
And Najee's the focal point of my A&W fantasy team, so he has to do well this year.
Yeah. Still beating myself up over that one, but it's like, who do I get rid of? It's like, can't win with
tough.
that.
Speaking of Team Ninja Warrior, we say the teams now. Oh my God, they're amazing! I can't wait to talk about it.
So look forward to that, guys, in the upcoming weeks. We're going to be definitely going over a lot of the Team Ninja Warrior previews coming soon.
Okay, so did you notice what I called the next file?
Oh boy, here we go. I don't even want to remember this. It's so bad. All right, guys.
Well, this is our first conversation, so it's not specifically about horse abs, but it's similar.
All right, 1, 2.
The stuff that kills me, like, I don't even mind the sob stories sometimes. Like, some of them can go a little too far, but that's fine. The thing that kills me is when they spend 5 minutes on a person, and then they fall out on, like, the second obstacle.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, why are you wasting my damn time? I understand it. Like, sometimes you can do it just to, like, throw a loop in, like a wrench in the thing, but you can't do it, like, all the time. It's rough, man.
Smart guy.
Dude, trigger point. That stuff is triggering for me. Every time I'm like, bro, you better go all the way, because I swear, you fail that second obstacle, I'm going to be so angry. It's so annoying watching these sob stories, right? And, like, it's fine. Like, I feel like Ultimate Beastmaster perfected it, where it's like, give us the points and move on with your life, They got some sob stories on Ultimate Beastmaster. But it's not like they have all the melodramatic music, and then they're playing, and then you see, like, 5 shots of people crying, and all this stuff, and it's like, forever they're just milking the living daylights out of the story, and it's so ridiculously obnoxious and, like, prevalent, and then, boom! They fail immediately, and you're like, dude, really? Really?
Yeah, Captain Tornado was definitely a perfect send-up of that situation, right? They're constantly doing it. And some of them have been great. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've really thoroughly enjoyed a few of them. But sometimes they go so over the top that they definitely need to be scaling it back a little.
Triggering, dude. Triggering.
All right, so here, this next clip, I called it Start of the Podcast and Fanboying, because this felt like an episode. There's times where it kind of drifted into episode sounding, and this was definitely one of them. And us fanboying over the ninjas themselves.
There's a video on YouTube of a guy that sells soda pop, and he's so passionate about it. He's like describing all these different ones and his favorites, and you're just like, wow, like that's amazing that this guy knows so much about it.
Yeah.
And when I was looking at doing a podcast, I thought, what am I passionate about? What is it that I just drive everybody nuts with? And I realized it's a show, right? It's the one thing. I don't know anybody that watches it, and I drive everyone crazy.
Yeah.
So I thought, this is a way for me to rant about it. But I started it just barely over a month ago. And if you had told me that I would have talked to Megan Martin, talked to a 4-time veteran like Andrew Lowe's, have been emailing back and forth with Michelle Warnke and Jamie Ron, Captain NBC,
Really?
Name dropping.
lining them up for the show. And guess who I'm interviewing this week?
Yeah.
Friday. Matt Eisman.
Damn, dude.
So the clip wasn't exactly what I thought it was. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I was just fanboying all over the place. Like, within a month of starting this podcast, I'm like, how am I talking to these people? Why are these people listening to me?
Starstruck.
Totally. Speaking of, actually...
That's one thing we gotta talk about. Is like, it's interesting because I feel like when we both started this podcast, we felt in many ways talking, or at least I did, when talking to a lot of the stars of ANW, like they're too big to talk to like somebody like a fan like me, you know. And it's crazy how humble and how welcoming all of them have been, from Jesse Graff to anybody else. Like, I don't want to name drop, but like everybody that's been featured on our podcast, they've been so amazing and chill people. And it's really shocking when you meet them in real life just how chill and humble they are in person. And that's one thing that made me feel a lot more comfortable doing the show more and more, and saying honestly my honest opinion on everything. Because in the first episodes, I'm like, who am I to like criticize somebody that I can't do? Like, I can't do half of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So, but that's not what we're here to do, right? We have to give our honest opinions, and it made it a little bit more easier just being like, these are chill people and they understand, hopefully. And every person I've met in ANW, they've been the greatest chill people I've met, and it means a lot to me. Just the feedback that we've gotten from the community of ninjas.
Yeah, they've been awesome. 100% all around. I can't think of a single person that I talked to that was like, oh, that was like shocking. Like they're awful.
They're an awful person, right? Like,
yeah, they're all
Not yet.
amazing. They're all so over the top nice. Like, I can't even describe. I really should have grabbed clips from when the podcast wasn't, like we weren't technically recording the podcast.
Yeah.
And you can hear them before and after the interviews, just being the nicest people ever. Like, everybody's been fantastic. But speaking of fanboying, I do got to take one quick moment here. I learned to stop fanboying so much because I made it incredibly awkward in one of my first ones. I mentioned Jamie Ron, Captain NBC, in that clip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he sent me his phone number to contact him to arrange everything. And I'm just sitting in my kitchen just like, I can't believe I have his phone number. I'm going to call Captain NBC. This is crazy. So I call him, and I'm very, I'm professional, arranging
sure
everything.
Hope so. Don't make a fool of yourself, bro.
Oh, I did. Oh, I totally did. Because after all is said and done, I'm like, I just wanted to say, you were amazing this year. Like, it was fantastic to see. And all I hear is just silence. And then, thanks. Made it as awkward as possible. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with the fanboying over them. I think I'll just keep it to,
bro.
Just hey, thank you. Keep it on a little more chill level.
That's not too bad though.
No, it could have been worse, but the dead silence.
Anybody that like, a lot of people miss the uncut version of our Jesse Graff interview because half of it was gone. But I fanboyed hard at not fanboyed, but I praised her to high heaven at the end. A little too much at a certain point, it feels like. But I appreciated her. Like I still like I'm really high up on the women of American Ninja Warrior and what Jesse Graff's done. But man, did I probably like shoot what hot air up her ass like forever. Like it was like straight 5 minutes of just talking about her. It's crazy.
It's hard to find that balance too, because when we introduce someone, you have to give them an intro. Which actually I went the opposite. I don't know if you noticed on our Wolfpack Ninja one. When I listened back, I didn't like give them an intro, like almost at all. I just like, hey, it's the Wolfpack. Everybody knows who the Wolfpack is.
I know, so rude. Damn, bro.
Like, just assume we talk about
chill.
them all the time. Everybody knows who they are, right?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
In terms of like our buddies, Wolfpack's our buddies. Like they're chill.
Oh yeah, they're the nicest guys. Like absolutely. It is. Anyway, we'll talk about them more later.
It's funny. I feel like sometimes people are like, are you guys at odds with all the other podcasts? Like, do you hate Arsenet? Or do you hate, like, the Wolfpack for all this stuff? I'm like, no. Like, they're chill, man. They're buddies. Like, what's up, guys? Like, I think people underestimate, like, it's not antagonistic. Everybody is showing their own love for Ninja Warrior. And it helps that we all have our own little niches. So,
yeah.
I have no problem with anybody. It's weird. But that's what they always hear also. It's like, oh, do you hate that person? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, not at all.
Okay, so we've got a couple more clips left here. We'll get through those, and then we'll get into the videos.
Yeah, let's just play them all together. So, what's
okay,
next?
so we're gonna let's play the last 3 here.
Well, if I ever get on the show, I'll like wear armchair ninja shirt for you.
That would be awesome.
God,
I have to say,
Jesus,
I'm really
I suck to do
enjoying
that
this
now.
conversation. I really think this could work if you want to do it.
Yeah, man. Just we have to set up a time, you know.
Yeah, that would have to be.
Apparently, our hours are very different. Good news.
It works out though.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, because I record late.
Oh, do you? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so we could talk about that. So that was the moment right there before we move on to the end of our clip. So I had to capture that because that's the moment where I went, this is great. Like, I would do this every week without question. So that was the moment when really the whole thing came together. Because it wasn't really like an interview process, but it kind of was.
It wasn't
right?
for me, though.
How...
It was probably for you. I was like, oh, I'll just talk to this dude. For me, it was weird because I really wasn't trying to be on the podcast. I already had experiencing with podcasts, and I was trying to transition out of the journalism thing because I was no longer a journalism degree. For me, it was more like this dude clearly needs a heads up on, like, he needs, how do I say this being nice?
He needs help.
He needs a partner.
Help.
He needs a co-host, and it's like, I just need to get him like, hey, bro, this is fun and everything. Just need a co-host, you know, make it fun. That back and forth is always helpful, especially if you have differing opinions, you know. People want to hear two sides to everything, you know. And, yeah. But from there, you're like, yo, let's make this happen, so.
You're like,
it's weird.
okay,
For me, I was like, I was just chilling.
All right, so let's hear the next one here. Oh, this is the
before we
off-season
do
thing.
though, like leading
Sure.
up to that conversation, was that like a thing for you, or you had to like prepare to like talk to somebody?
No.
Okay,
I
good.
didn't.
Because for me, I'm like, oh, he's on. Let's click. What's up?
No, so the thing was, I was like trying to figure out a co-host. Well, as I said, I didn't know anybody that watched the show. Who was I going to drag in to do that?
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And then when I was talking to you, you had mentioned that you had podcasted before. I was like, all right, so let's talk and we'll see how it works. And it did. So
Yeah.
I just assumed you were on board.
I'm here.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So let's hear the
Slayer the last two?
off-season thing. Yeah,
All right, let's do it.
I know it seems crazy, and I don't know how, but I'm going to find a way to do this weekly between the seasons.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be hard to keep everybody engaged, but that's my goal.
Yeah. You know,
There's
I'm
a part
down.
where I
As
was
long as you
probably
have,
like,
like, topics and everything, you know, just hit me up.
You're like, yeah, you go ahead and do that. If you need me, just let me know.
Yeah, that was where I'm like, bro, what? right.
National Ninja League really saved us, I think.
Yeah.
Putting those videos
National
out.
Ninja League and Team Ninja Warrior were a big difference. Because at this point,
Yeah.
neither of the two were, like, big thing for me. Or, like, Team Ninja Warrior didn't even exist. And I'm like, how do you want to talk about a show that just comes on every summer throughout the year? Nobody's going to listen to us. Nobody cares. Like, I'm diehard. I probably wouldn't even care. So it was like, it was a thing, but it helps out that with the expansion of our podcast, the sport also expanded. Or actually, it's more of the other way around, but you understand. And with that, we had much more topics to go over every single week.
Yeah, now we're at the point of actually having too many topics. I'm
We
not
have
sure what we're
way
going to
too
do with the rest
many
of Ultimate
topics.
Beastmaster now because
Oh.
we have Team Ninja Warrior starting, so we'll have to find a way to wrap this all up.
It's crazy. And it's funny because we always talked about how we'd go back to previous seasons and cover it. We've done one season and I think 2 episodes of Jump City, Seattle. It's like all this stuff that we were like, oh, we're going to go back and cover all of it. No time at all. It's crazy.
Well, we did do 2 seasons of A&W so far.
Did we?
Right.
Yes, that's
Yep.
right, because we did the camp one.
Yep.
Oh, that hot mess of season.
And then we did some of Jump City, Seattle. We did kind of ditch that. I think people weren't liking that as much anyway. So that we could do Ninja
Yeah.
Warrior UK, which thank God we jumped on board that.
Yeah. I'm so thankful. Never again. Never again. I'm making that real clear to everybody. Never again.
Did you know the Spartan show's coming back?
Jump out this damn window. That's what I'll do.
Speaking of messes, what do we think of the Spartan show this year?
They have to learn. The thing that I'm high up on with Spartan Show is that it's from the creators of American Ninja Warrior, the same company, right? So hopefully, they will learn from the first season and learn that, hey, we have to make it something. Like, we have to make it at least somewhat Spartan-y and hopefully not as cringeworthy as the first season was. So let's hope.
That's a low bar to set. I think they can. I think they probably hit that.
Yeah,
I
sure
more
hope so.
More Spartan-y, and less cringeworthy.
You would expect that from the first season, though. You would expect at least an actual Spartan race from the first season, and we didn't even get that. But that's another story.
They threw spears, and that's everything they do, right? Guess not.
I'm gonna go to Canada. I'm going over there. Come over there.
I still have to run my first Spartan.
Punch!
I have this horrible feeling that I'm going to go to California at some point. And you're going to drag me out for a Spartan.
Oh, that's happening. Oh yeah. My poor girlfriend. She doesn't know, but oh man, she's about to experience that. It's fun. It's fun.
All right, so let's get through this last audio clip, and then we'll be able to get in some videos here.
Lego.
As long as you show personality, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's what I tried to do more in the last one. I don't know if it's noticeable or not. I tried to loosen up a little.
The most monotone voice imaginable. More, you say that.
Just laugh a little more.
When you have fun, other people have fun with it. And that's what's more important. Nobody wants to hear somebody like just reading off of something, you know? When you have fun with it, show personality, that's when people engage. That's good.
Yeah. And I think with two people I think that would be a lot easier too.
Oh, yeah. Bounce off. Yeah. It just works easier.
Yeah. That kind of embarrassed me, so I thought, I'll throw that in there.
I love how monotone you were while agreeing with the...
Yeah,
yes,
you totally
I
need more
to have personality. Yes, this personality idea is a good thing. Yes. I hope.
We're not YouTubers either here, so I'm hoping this isn't going to be like totally... We're laughing about the lack of personality, but here we are doing video, and we're not being all wacky YouTuber guys. And
I can't. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, guys, but that's... No. Ah! I'm Bijan! Ah! No. Nobody needs that. No. Shame. Shame on me for even doing that right now. No. Mm-mm.
I got to say, with the personality thing, there are times that my wife has asked me, what is going on in the other... Like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, I'm editing the podcast, and Bijan's making me laugh, like, over and over again as I'm trying to edit this thing.
Dude, there are times where I'm scared for all my neighbors, because I am like... You guys know, my rants, man, I lose my freaking mind, and I will be screaming, and it's like maybe 11 at night, and I feel so bad. I'm like, this is stupid! Why did they do this? Ah! Like, it's so bad, but I haven't got yelled at yet, so hopefully they're just sticking with me. But like, it's that time of the freaking week again. What's wrong with him? Probably think I'm bipolar or crazy or something. I don't know.
All right, so that is it for the audio portion. We really want to get into it. Everybody's sending these videos, and I feel like we really need to showcase them because I can't thank you guys enough. Like, it was awesome, the response. I really appreciate everybody that took the time to send one in. I know recording video is nerve-wracking, and I got some messages from people that weren't up for it, or people have been sick, or have other reasons that they didn't do it. So everybody... no excuses necessary. It's not for everybody, and it's definitely it was a big ask. So those of you that did, I appreciate all that much more.
Thank you. I'm actually excited for these, and huge shout out to everybody that's not only sent in videos, but also gave a lot of love online and everything. It's cool. A lot of congratulations and everything. I was like, I didn't imagine enough people cared, but it's really cool. Thank you. So what are we doing? Are we watching some videos?
Yeah, we're going to watch some videos here.
All right, guys, are you ready?
For all you guys, I'll put them all on, so it's going to actually cut over to the video as we're watching it ourselves here. So the first one is from Cameron Aaron.
Cameron Aaron, my buddy. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, go.
Hi, Cameron here. I'm a huge American Ninja Warrior fan and nerd. And I love the Armchair Ninja podcast. Thank you so much, Bijan and Rich, for bringing me joy every single week.
See? Close buddy. She said Bijan.
To listen to you nerd about all things Ninja Warrior. I really appreciate it, and I just want to say congratulations on your 100th episode. That's amazing. I am so happy for you.
Thanks, Cameron. Oh, I love it.
Thanks,
oh, man. I'm going to get emotional watching all these, I can tell.
Well, Cameron's
That's
great. I mean,
awesome.
Cameron doesn't need like any prompting at all. She was like the first one to send one in. I knew she would because she's been fantastic. She is a blogger and a podcaster. She has for Real Feminist Stories, which is fantastic. I listen to it. And if you join her mailing list, she calls you Beauty, which is really nice. I appreciate that. She was actually, when I look back, I was trying to figure out, when do we start interacting with Cameron? She was actually our fan of the week in episode 22.
Interesting.
And she co-hosted with us in episode 39, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember co-hosting. And I remember you were like, oh yeah, Cameron from this. I'm like, who? I felt so bad, but then I caught up and everything.
Yeah, so
Cameron,
she
you're
was on
awesome.
to give tips for the Ninja audience. This was before we went to go watch it live, and she came on to kind of give us an idea of what to expect and everything.
Very
So it was
invaluable
great.
tips, by the way, because that saved my life.
Yeah.
I did not realize I should bring some snacks to this taping. When you're at a 7+ hour taping, you need snacks and water, guys. Remember that. It's brutal.
Yeah, I don't know. It ended up being unseasonably warm, so I didn't need the to bring the jackets and stuff. But yeah, the food tip was definitely appreciated.
What's warm to you? Not ice?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I had to travel like 13 hours south to, so everything was warm to me.
For everybody at home, Rich would absolutely melt in California. Absolutely.
Yes, if it's over 75 degrees, I'm out.
Yeah, 75 degrees is too cold. So
All right, so thank you very much, Cameron, once again. I can't wait for you to see some of these because, just to let everybody know, Bijan hasn't seen most of these, or
Nope.
pretty much all of them.
I wanted nothing to do with these until the podcast. I want my honest, reactions.
All right, so here we go. The next one was from John Murray.
John
Adams.
Murray, what up, bro? All right, let's hit it.
Hey everybody, I'm John Murray Adams, Vision Ninja, here at my home gym in Owensboro, Kentucky. I just
I love
want to
it,
wish
so
Rich and Bijan all the best on their 100th episode. It's American Ninja Warrior Season 9, and I can't wait for the action to start.
Yes! Oh, that's so dope.
I love how he kicked it up a notch. Like, didn't just do the bare minimum. He had to go that extra mile.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh, that was great. John,
Me too.
awesome, dude.
So John, for those that don't realize, he was our video of the week in episode 19. I found him very funny. But what was amazing is he's actually from New Brunswick, Canada. He's from here. Like, he's the closest thing I have to a Canadian Ninja Warrior. He had moved down. He's living in Kentucky now. He was out on A&W last season. He made it to Indianapolis Finals. I'm really hoping to see him in Kansas City or Cleveland this year. He's great. He's really funny.
Yeah, he's
and,
gonna be
very,
on.
very talented.
He's so charismatic. It's so funny. Like I'm rooting for you, bro. And once again, so amped. I love it. The energy. Exciting.
Yeah, he also, if you didn't get the reference, so in his previous submission, the video of the week that he had for us, and what his application video, he had pretended to get an A&W 8 at that point waxed into his chest. So that's what that's all about.
Yeah. And I don't know. Give me some ideas, bro. I mean, I'm half Middle Eastern. Maybe I need to get this fur, buzzed out.
Yeah.
I can't steal his idea. Nah, I got to do my own thing.
You do. And there's some really good ideas. Wait till you see some of these videos. I think you're going to be really impressed. I love some of these so much.
We'll see. All right.
So let's see. This is how you bring personality. For those that are trying to apply to the show, there's like a school to this. Like there's an art to this, and you're going to get schooled by some of these guys.
All right. So we got DJ Tight Pants next, guys.
DJ
Mr.
Tight Pants.
Jacob Bowling. Ready?
Go.
Lego.
Hey, what's up? My name's Jacob, but most people know me as DJ Tight Pants on the radio here in St. Louis. I work out at Core Complex, been going there since about September.
Core Complex, yep.
And I've competed in a couple of NNL competitions. Although I didn't apply to be on the next season of American Ninja Warrior, I cannot wait to go support all the ninjas in Kansas City. I started listening in the off season after season 8, and it's been great. I haven't missed an episode since. So Rich and Bijan, congrats on 100 episodes. It's so awesome. I cannot wait till season
Jake,
9.
we love you. That's so dope.
How cool is that? He went all out. He'd like picture in picture with some of his training and stuff.
Not just that, Jake, you are schooling us on radio and podcasting. Like,
Really though.
your voice is ridiculous. Like, my squeaky voice, that is nothing compared to yours. Dope, man. And Core Complex, shout out to them. That is like high level training. Sucks you're not on this season, but I'm sure things happen. I know I had an injury during that time, so I really look forward to next year because, dude, you want to talk about like a stick? You DJ, dude? Come on, bro. Let's do it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Jacob's actually, so here's the thing. It wasn't one of his goals. He actually, I actually looked back through, the doctor told him no competitive sports 8 years ago. They had to stop completely. He had his 4th open heart surgery by the time he was 18. So he's not even trying to get on ANW, but he decided that he wanted to get back into fitness after quite a long absence. And so he started going to Core Complex, and he did his first local competition there a few months back. So it's awesome. He's like one of those great inspiring stories, and he's not even on the show. Like it's like real life, not amped up NBC craziness. This is real life, and he's very inspiring.
Well, this is an important thing.
Fat butt out there.
Yeah, well, at least train, right? But one important thing that is really cool about not only this podcast, but National Ninja League and a lot of the local competitions is that we get stars outside of just American Ninja Warrior. And that's one important thing that has really grown over the past few years. I mean, it's crazy, but when people don't know the extent and high level of like people like Christy Pratt and Jesse Flex Lebrecht, like you at this point, people are starting to understand, but we've known for almost 2 years now, just like how high level these women are. And not only that, but there are exclusive like local competition competitors that are really high. And I feel like these next few years we're going to get a lot more of them in the American Ninja Warrior seasons, but still we're going to have people like Jacob Bowling and some other locals that are going to be prominent stars in the local competitions, and it's really cool that we can cover them at least.
Yeah, it's really cool when you go see it. I was there with my daughters, and I was getting excited for people that were running the course that nobody knew who they were. A lot of people didn't anyway. So when Jessie Lebrecht took the course, I was excited to see what she could do. She had never been on ANW, but I'm going, oh my God, it's Jessie Lebrecht. I was starstruck by her from the National Ninja League.
It's like we know, and I'm sure you guys know too.
We get the inside scoop, so it's very exciting to watch them live.
Yeah.
And if you can get out to a local competition and watch them, even if you're not competing, I definitely encourage you to do that.
It makes a world difference, guys. Definitely try it out.
So this next guy
keep going?
is, let's go. Let's keep going through here. So this next guy is hilarious. He is actually the reason we introduced our video of the week. I think that would actually be fair to say. He was our very first one. He is the Hammer Ninja, Sean Richardson. So let's play that one now.
What's up, Armchair Ninja Podcast? It's Sean, the Hammer Ninja, in Atlanta, saying, Rich, Bijan, happy birthcast, or pod birth first 100 podiversity versus happy 100th. Hope it goes off with a bang.
Yes, the hammer! Oh, I love it. Oh my God. Guys, that hammer is so dope.
It is. He made that hammer. Like, he made it. It's a piece of exercise equipment that he made. And it's kind of a cool story. He put together a submission video for this year. And while filming it, he had like all in the can, if you want to call it that. He had it all ready to go, and then he ended up injuring himself, and he has it all on video because he injured himself making the video. And he sent that in to us a while back. We're hoping to see him on the show. It seems to have passed him by his region, and I'm hoping they're just going to call him to a different region at this point. But
He's done it for a few ninjas. Honestly, a few ninjas this season, and I won't name names, for spoilers or whatever, but there's a few ninjas, well-known ninjas, that have been injured, and they prolonged them to different tapings. So you might see a competitor where you're used to seeing them in one region, but they are working on another region, and the reason for that is because they were injured going into it. So hopefully it could be for him also. You know, Sean's really, really funny and very creative with his videos. And man, Rich, you saw it. The video that we're referring to, like his submission video, is top notch. Like in terms of video production and everything, super high quality.
And his one from last year, I went back to remind myself as I was getting prepared for this and watched his video of the week from last year, and I was laughing out loud again. I'm actually going to link it in the show notes.
So funny.
I'm going to link that original one because to me, it is a perfect submission video for ANW. It is exactly everything that they're looking for. It is personality, athleticism. It's like the blueprint for what a submission video should be.
Yeah, and you guys saw right in this video right now. I mean, this guy is just brimming with charisma and like personality, and I love it. Sean, I love you, bro. And yeah, I'm going to be looking to you for whenever I actually do a submission video one day, maybe when I'm like 90. I actually probably am going to be stealing a lot of your ideas. Sorry, ahead of time.
All right, so moving on to the next person. Familiar name, Travis McClure from
Travis,
ANW Fantasy. So let's see how this one goes.
Champ is here.
Don't start
What's up, Armchair Ninja Podcast? This is Travis McClure from ANWFantasy.com. And I just wanted to say congratulations on 100 episodes. That's impressive. And Bijan, I know you're the reigning ANW Fantasy Champion, but I know Rich, myself, and hundreds of others are coming for you, so you better watch out this season.
Nope. Not happening. Oh, I love it. Travis. So Travis, man, this guy is so smart when it comes to ANW and just in terms of trivia and everything, right, Rich? Like, this guy knows his stuff. And yeah, brilliant mind. And it's crazy, like, seeing all these brilliant people outside of not only just the ninjas, but, you know, like the fan community, right? Like, there are some diehard fans that just know everything. And I will be the first to say I don't know everything, but this guy definitely knows his stuff. And I don't know, if there's one person that might be coming for my title, I'm not worried about you, Rich. You can go away. But Travis, man, he knows his stuff. I'm a little worried about him.
Travis is the super fan of all super fans. I would put his knowledge up against anybody. There is no comparison. He runs ANW Fantasy, and if you haven't been checking out ANW Nation, you have to see his articles. This guy writes the best articles for it. I don't know where he comes up with the ideas and how he makes it so engaging, so much information. I think Travis is the best. So definitely check that out. And he's actually one of the ninjas too, which is a little appreciated. He was on ANW 4 and 7. Mm-hmm. So he's
I remember him on 4. That's all I'll say on that one. But dude, Travis, good job, and you're killing it with the knowledge. Absolutely killing it. Thank you, by the way. Champ is here.
Yes. Oh, please, somebody beat him this year, please. It's going to be unbearable. All right, so let's check out the next one.
Champ in many ways. All right, next up.
Next up, we've got the Wolf Pack, and I don't think they need an introduction, but we'll give it to them anyway since I didn't do it in the episode. The Wolf Pack is Ian Dory, Brian Arnold, Megan Martin, and the Ninja Doc Noah Kaufman. They have their own podcast, the Wolfpack Ninja Podcast, which is fantastic. Interviews with all the top competitors. Noah does a fantastic job with the interviews. They give lots of healthy eating tips, and they have the Wolfpack tour coming up. And let's take a look at their video.
Racing through. Dude, look at those. They got, oh my god, look. This is a well-built course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey guys, Wolfpack Ninjas coming at you from the Wolfpack Ninja Tour Pro Course. It's going to be amazing, April 29th and 30th. WolfpackNinjaTour.com if you ever wanted to play on a pro ninja course.
Over $30,000 in prizes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Huge.
Armchair Ninja Podcast. A shout out to you.
100th episode. Woo! Yeah, Rich and Bijan, you guys have been taking care of the ninja community, letting us know about what's going on, being the center of it all for a long time. Thank you guys for the big 100.
Much love. Congratulations. Good job. Keep it up.
Much love to you guys too.
Check out the rest of the course. It's amazing.
How cool is that?
The course.
And look at the course.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. I want to be on that course so bad.
See you guys later.
Run that thing. You guys need to come to Cali. Look at that. And dude, for everybody, just heads up. Like, imagine me without a beard, because this beard usually isn't here. I am the Black Brian Arnold, just not as talented.
Oh, yeah, guys, like, I can't thank the Wolfpack enough. I knew they would come through, but I didn't know they'd come through in such a big way. I love that video. It's showing off their course. It shows us, you know, they're so passionate, and especially, like, their cause, right, trying to fight childhood obesity. I think they're just wonderful for the community. They have everything in line to make this a legit sport, and I wish them all the best of luck.
Yeah, in particular, childhood obesity and everything else that they're doing for the community. That stuff really means a lot to me. I volunteer at various different organizations and do a lot for children, and that's always been a big part of my life. And them raising so much money and giving so much awareness to different causes, that's what's really important to me. And it's really cool because American Ninja Warrior as a sport, and I'm sure you guys are aware, is so big when it comes to children and families. More than anything else, the number one thing that in terms of like sponsors and everything, where they get money from the shows and the sport, it's from family organizations. And there's a lot of money in that, where it's kind of hard. Other than Nickelodeon and Disney, you know, not many shows that get that audience, and it's really cool that our sport is one of the few sports out there that actually skew towards that audience. And it's really cool them giving back to that. It's really neat.
All right, so let's move on to the next video. We've got Eddie Hilburn.
Eddie Hilburn, let's get it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hi, Rich and Bijan. This is Eddie Hilburn from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Damn, look at that.
Just wanted to say congratulations on 100 episodes of Armchair Ninja Podcast. If you're ever here in Albuquerque, swing by Ninja Core Gym, and I'll give you a good workout.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's a great invitation. That scares me more than a little bit.
And he's still going.
Yeah, his new personal record, 28.
Jesus.
And I'm looking at, like,
dude,
I
need to go out there,
chin up. One chin up would be fantastic.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I gotta say, I fell off the bandwagon. I didn't really announce it on the podcast. I have been backsliding so hard. The community engages me so much, and I feel guilty. Like, if I start putting on weight, so I've got to kind of refocus here. I lost 45 pounds when this podcast started in the first few months, and I've managed to put 20 of it back on. So I just got to get back into it again.
Hey, you still lost weight, which is important, and it's all about getting in a groove, right? So don't worry about it, you know, just get in that groove, commit, make it a daily event or maybe a weekly event, but something for you where it's it's repetition and everything like that. Once you're in that groove, they'll do fine. Every pound counts, bro.
Yeah. So thank you, Eddie. We would love to come
thank you.
Check out the... Go ahead.
Oh, huge thank you, and I don't know, Rich, if you need me to do 28 chin-ups right over here, we can do it, but don't nobody need to see me doing that.
Yeah, so if we are in the area, I would definitely, when I travel, I'm watching for ninja gyms now, so I'm going to be going to Calgary this fall, and I will be checking out the ninja gym there, for example. So definitely check out your local ninja gym, support them, see the competitions, go get involved in the community. If we had one here, I might actually be out there.
We have to see that. I'm rooting for you. There, you'd be shocked. I feel like you can do a lot more obstacles than you might think you can.
It's possible. So yeah, shout out to him. He was actually our video of the week in episode 44. He had sent us his UNA competition at Ninja Park in Albuquerque. So I love getting those videos. I know Bijan does too. So if you're ever doing something and you're like, hey, check this out, we love that. I can't stress enough. I never get sick of getting those. So if you ever want to send something our way, definitely feel free. You can.
Yeah, we're here to spread the love in all the Ninja Warrior community. So anything you need to, advertise, or not advertise in a way, but just like give the heads up on, we're about it.
Yeah, and that's actually part of the reason I wanted to do this video episode, is because we get these videos quite a bit, and I like them, and I'd love to be able to share them all with you, but obviously it's not doable, I guess, in audio only. So that's why we have this video one to kind of showcase some of that, and that was part of the intention of doing this podcast.
Yeah. And so everybody can see your beautiful face and my ugly mug. So that too.
Yeah. my gray hair and your overly dark beard. You're gonna get some gray hair there eventually.
One day, not anytime soon. Hopefully.
So next on the list, this was one of my favorites to get because a lot of the other ones were people that I had engaged with previously, the other videos of the week, fans of the week, and people that I was aware of. And this one came out of the blue. This is Mason Thurman just sent us one.
Mason, what up?
So let's see what Mason sent us.
Hey, Rich and Bijan. This is Mason Thurman from sunny San Diego, and I just want to congratulate you
before,
on your 100 podcasts on your show.
Dude, Mason, I've seen him at some local competitions. This guy is legit. What up, Mason? Oh, look forward to this guy. When I say that there is a growth of ninjas in all the communities, and I can only speak for Southern California, like SoCal, right? There are so many fantastic ninja warriors out here. And I'll just say you're going to see some in the upcoming season, and I am so happy for all of them. Even if they made it or didn't make it, even if they're featured on the show, I'm just excited for the fact that they got to try. And Mason, I look forward to you in the upcoming years, man. Just a breath of talent out here, and he's one of them. Just absolutely amazing. Keep an eye out for this dude.
Yeah, thank you very much for sending that in, Mason. Like I said, that was one of the highlights for me. I love getting them out of the blue, and that one was definitely caught me off guard and then made me dizzy with that flip.
It's just like, don't you flip this camera over like, joop, joop, joop. Give everybody vomit. But dude, that was awesome. Awesome.
All right, so we've got 2 videos left. This first one is really kind of audio only, but William was nice enough to put a graphic with it. So here we are. This is from Arsenet and William over the Final Stage podcast.
Final Stage, what up?
Hey, this is Arsenet and William from the Final Stage podcast, wishing you a very happy 100th episode of the Armchair Ninja podcast.
Yeah, that's right, Rich and Bijan. It's your guys' turn to take over the reign, so we're counting on you. Don't let us down.
Oh, don't count on us. Do not count on us.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Oh, you'll be thoroughly disappointed if you counted on us on that one. But, dude, that's awesome. Huge shout out to both of them. They're so fantastic. I love their podcast, especially when covering Sasuke. I'm so looking forward to them covering this last Sasuke, because, woo, was that a hot mess to me, at least. And I'm sorry, I love you, Arsenet, and everything. That lady is just the worst. She is the absolute worst. I will still say that.
You're gonna keep stirring that pot, like really?
Oh, she's awful. But dude, huge shout out to Final Stage Podcast. They are fantastic. They actually were the one podcast before us, Rich, if you remember.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they're
the OGs. And I'm happy for them. I wish them all the best. I really hope, everything works out with Arsenet and Sasuke. I feel like Arsenet and that is kind of like Jeff Britton, where it's like time heals all wounds, and hopefully that could be something similar. I'm rooting for him. And Will, you're awesome, bro. Love you. Hopefully one day we can meet up and have a competition together. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, thank you both. We obviously love you to death. And I was really thrilled to see that you guys got a submission in time so that we could spend a little more time going on about how great you are. Oh, jeez. Finally, after all this time, I lose my train of
Somebody's
thought.
blushing over there.
So, here's the thing. We love Sasuke. I'm getting on board very quickly, and it's nerve-wracking to cover it. I can't stress that enough, because Arsenet so wonderfully will correct us as we go. But at the same time, I look forward to it. As crazy and as that might sound, I would wake up in the morning, and I did the other day after our Sasuke episode, and I'm like, how many do I have? And my Twitter's just lit up. They're just full of messages. But they're wonderful. I love getting that feedback, and she's been the best for giving us that feedback.
And the feedback's not all negative, man. Like a lot of
it's not.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
It's a lot of it's actually like, dude, I fully agree. Blah blah blah. Every once in a while, I'll be like, how dare you criticize that one person? I'll be like, I'll criticize them all day long. Trust me, they're awful. But that's the fun part about the feedback and going back and forth. Like, we need to have Arsenet or Will on our podcast if we're covering Sasuke, hopefully in the upcoming years, especially if they're not going to have a podcast, just so we can have those fun interactions, because I really look forward to that. It'll be so fun, and especially with the upcoming ninjas and the new generation, you know? I'm really excited. It's going to be fun, especially with the more that me and you, Rich, get to become familiar with these ninjas.
Right. Well, that's the funny thing is
I say ninjas,
we have no lack. We have no
ninjas.
lack of volunteers to help us out. That's at this point, because we had a few people reach out like, guys, what are you doing? Like, so 100%, we are going to bring on an expert the next time we cover it. But love you guys, and sorry to see Final Stage stop, but we'll try to carry on as best we can.
We'll try to hold down the fort, guys, with Sasuke, but I will be the first to say we are American Ninja Warrior peeps first. Like, I will not pretend to know all my Sasuke.
All right, so let's take a look at this last video.
Warnke, what up?
Michelle Warnke.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's hit it.
What's up, Armchair Ninja Podcast? This is Michelle Warnke
What
from
up?
Live, Ohio. I want to say congratulations to Rich and Bijan for 100 episodes. That is awesome.
Like, how great is that? I love that.
Thanks, guys. That is awesome.
Movement Lab Ohio is fantastic.
Oh,
it's one of the hallmark locations of Ninja Warrior. Yep. They're a fantastic place, and I love that she got the whole gym involved. So thank you so much, Michelle. That was awesome.
That's really cool. And that brings me, actually, I'm trying to use all these videos as like a talking point in a way, guy, right? Michelle, I'm always rooting for you all the time. One thing that's really this reminded me of is just the explosion of local ninja gyms. It's becoming more and more and more of a big thing. If you guys remember a few years ago, it was all of a sudden indoor rock climbing gyms, right? It was like the big thing. And then all of a sudden, CrossFit was like a big thing in terms of gyms. Recently, the number one thing growing up, or not the number one, but a big explosion has been Ninja Warrior gyms. A lot of people are interested in training on obstacles, and their gym is just one of the foundations, right, Rich? It's like a hallmark of these types of ninja gyms, and you could just see the excitement, the fun camaraderie that they have there. I love it.
Yeah, 100%. If you look back at Michelle's qualifying run in Philadelphia, as she's just before she falls, just before the warped wall, as she's hanging there is a goofy guy standing up in the background. That is me. There's like the whole place is sitting down. It is me and my two daughters standing up, cheering her on. Like, we just absolutely love Michelle, and was very excited to see her in person and do so well.
Yeah. Huge shout out to you, Michelle, and I think you're going to do quite well this year.
Oh, yeah.
Just a heads up. I have a feeling she's going to do quite well.
She's done so well over the years, and she just keeps getting better, and I just keep waiting for her to break through to that other side.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's up next, Rich?
I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap it up right there. We have gone
We can't
really
wrap
long.
yet. We have ourselves to make a video of, bro. So now it's our turn to give back to the community and say some things. I was going to do a video, and Rich is like, why not just do it on the podcast? I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Rather than me doing it on top of a mountain or something, you know.
Yeah.
The original thought was I'll be doing it upside down with a headstand at the top of the highest mountain in what do you call it, San Diego. Then I'm like, the audio's going to sound terrible, but it will look really cool as a video. Anyways, so instead, yes, I'll go first, I guess, since Rich, you're the OG, you're the creator of this podcast. And what's funny is I really did not think of anything to say, so this is going to be a hot mess, guys, but bear with me. A lot of rants and repetitions about it happen, but honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody that's been a part of this journey with us. It's really been interesting because I kind of found out a lot about myself, that I'm a lot more outgoing, you know, in front of the camera and everything. I always felt like I'd be nervous doing this type of stuff, but you guys, with all your feedback and, you know, just how welcoming all of you have been towards both Rich and I with the American Ninja Warrior community, it's really made me a lot more comfortable coming out, and I appreciate everybody not just that, everybody that I've met along the way and that I've interacted with over the past year or 2 years, it's been truly, truly amazing. And I just thank everybody for being just so awesome. And yeah, at this point I'm just repetitious, but I gotta say, seriously, love to all of you. And this has been one of the funnest things I've done in part of like most of my life, and it's been so amazing. So peace and love you guys. Rich, your turn. Mr. OG, let's do it.
Okay, so I definitely didn't prepare for this. You kind of put me on the spot here, but let me just say that everything he said times 100, like, it's been absolutely life-changing. It is weird because really when it comes down to it, Bijan and I just kind of sit down and shoot the breeze every week about something we love. Like it's we're not doing anything all of that amazing. We're celebrating the amazing things that you all do, and we really, really appreciate you sharing everything with us, letting us be a part of this community, and just doing everything Ninja Warrior with us. I can't say enough. Like, if I feel connected to all these places that are so far away. I am so far from San Diego, from Atlanta, from I'm trying to think of all the places that really, we get a lot of listeners in Atlanta. Thank you all you guys. Thank you all you guys in Philly, down in Miami area. Like, it's crazy that you all are listening all over the world. Like UK, Universal Tuber. Like, I just can't say enough how cool it is that you listen to us each week, and we'll keep doing it till Ninja Warrior's off the air, until 2099 when we're just in our robot bodies and we're just still going. It's been so much fun, and thank you all.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
How's that for a hot mess? You thought yours was rambling.
No, it was great.
So, if you'd like to reach out to us, you can find us online at Ninja Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And you can email me at rich@ninjapodcast.com. And Bijan, how can they reach you?
Well, Rich, they can hit me up at Bijan151. That is Bijan 151 at Twitter and Instagram. Peace and love, y'all. I love ya.
So once again, thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a fantastic week.
Peace and love, y'all.